everybody. So there's a big aspect in our life that we have to manage every day, and I'm talking about money. We know that money are not happiness, but we need money to live, and there's no way. I grew up without having an idea how to manage money. I didn't learn how to manage money, how to spend money, how to earn money. That's happened in my family, but also at school. We never talk about money. We never talk about how to invest money. We never talk how money works. I think this is wrong. Kids need to know because we need to manage money, unfortunately, and it's impossible to get out of the system. In those 40 years of life, I learned a lot, and I'm still learning actually. But I create my rules. I read about a lot of books about money. For example, Money Makeover, Dave Ramsey, or the famous Rich Dad Poor Dad, or another one, Your Money or Your Life. And I think they were very helpful books. But in many ways, there are a lot of rules that doesn't work in different countries. For example, when I was in Italy, so those books are more focused on the American world. America and Italy, where I grew up, it was completely different. Italy is more difficult to do money. There are very high taxation. If you are self-employed or entrepreneur, you can arrive to pay 65% of your earnings in taxes. And also bank accounts that doesn't have interest, for example. It's different here in US. You can have a saving account and give you 4%. You can have a Roth IRA, 401k, whatever, and earning more money. And the balance between cost of life and what are you earning is completely different. I think that there are a couple of rules very important that you can use everywhere, and obviously are so obvious, but sometimes we tend to forget it. For example, earning more money. I know it's obvious, but how to find to earn more money? For example, asking for a raise or finding a new job. Also, in this situation, it's completely different, US and Italy. But by the way, it's a general rule that you can apply. Another rule that I think is very obvious, but we tend to not think about it, is lowering our expenses. As we earn a little bit of more money, we tend to spend a little bit more, and we remain in a poor situation. As you earn a little bit more money, you need to understand and you need to keep in the same situation of expenses, or even more, lowering the expenses. And in those 4 years, I found a way, also thankfully for my rules, to understand how to manage the expenses. Another rule that I found in those books that it's important is try to have no debts or close all the debts. When you have debts, it's very difficult, I know, but try to do not create it. Sometimes we just created debts when we don't need it actually. For example, a new car or a new house or a new technology tool that actually we don't need it. And another rule, it's important to have separately or on your saving account or on your bank account 3-6 months of expenses. That's so important, just an emergency fund. But now, let's go deep in my rules. Okay, I create those rules about spending. First of all, when you have to buy something, the first question that you have to do to yourself is, do I really need it? Okay, if you don't need it, you don't have to buy it. There's also another rule for something that you absolutely want, but you don't need it. I'll talk about it later. Let's talk about the I need it. Okay, I need it. If it's cost from $1 to 99, the question is, can I buy it 100 times more without touching my savings account and without touching my 3-6 month emergency fund? If it's yes, okay, I can buy it. If it's no, I need to find something cheaper. From 100 to 9,999, the question is, can I buy 10 times more without touching my saving account, without touching my emergency fund? If it's yes, okay. If it's no, okay, I need to find something cheaper. And if it's from 10,000 up, it's can I buy 3 times with the same rules? Okay. What about if I can afford it? Okay, if I can afford it, for example, let's do this example. I need a new car. I need absolutely to replace my car. Okay. A new car can cost about 15,000. Okay, can I afford it with the rule I can afford it, I can spend 3 times without touching my my saving account, without touching my emergency fund? If it's no, okay, I need to find something cheaper. For example, a used car. Okay, a used car can cost from 5,000 to 7, 8, 9,000. Okay, obviously there are things that we absolutely need, and in those cases it's allowed to have a little bit of debt and pay months per month, but only if those debts can create more money. For example, I'm a Uber driver and I absolutely need a car to earn money. Okay, this is an exemption. It doesn't work always. Okay, in the case of do I need it? No, I don't need it, but absolutely I want it. Okay, in this case, you have to ask you always, can I afford it 1,000 times? Or if I absolutely want it, I need to sell something to buy. This is a weird rule, but I think it works. For example, I want a new iPhone, okay? I can't afford it, okay? I don't need it, because I already have an iPhone, but I want it, okay. Before I need to sell my phone and other things to afford it. So those are my rules, and I still trying to build it, and probably in the next years I create new rules. But for now, those rules are working for me and help me a lot to spare money and pay my expenses based on my earnings. I'm really curious about if you have other rules or how you manage your money. Obviously, we can talk about investing and retirement accounts and whatever, but this is not a video about it. It was just having rules on how to spend money and how to do not waste money. Absolutely, this is important. Money don't create happiness, and we know we need money to live, unfortunately, but also if we learn how to manage money, we can arrive to a financial freedom, and this little bit piece of freedom can help us to be content.